Developing news, the cities of Providence and Central Falls are taking the federal government to court.
Several other cities across the country have already made similar lawsuits over the Trump administration's immigration-related mandates for law enforcement agencies looking to obtain federal grants.
Today, the mayors of Providence and Central Falls joined with their police chiefs to announce the legal action. Eyewitness News reporter Kim Kalunian has more on why the cities may not be able to collect their money. Kim?
Well, Shannon and Steve, Providence and Central Falls both consider themselves sanctuary cities, which under these new grant guidelines makes them ineligible for thousands of dollars. Now they say they're taking legal action because they're left with an impossible choice: forgo crucial funding or betray their values.
Welcoming city.
Providence and Central Falls filing a federal lawsuit against U.S. Attorney General Jeff Sessions and the Department of Justice, seeking relief from new immigration-related mandates for recipients of federal police grants, including a requirement that the feds are notified if an undocumented immigrant is being released from custody.
We will not allow the federal government to weaponize federal grant funding in an effort to advance this administration's agenda.
In the suit filed Thursday, the cities say the federal government is imposing unconstitutional and illegal conditions that put the cities in an untenable position, accept unlawful and unconstitutional conditions, or forfeit burn JAG funding. The issue of federal funding cuts for sanctuary cities is one we took straight to the White House more than a year ago.
How soon should cities like Providence expect to see their federal funding cut?
Federal funds paid for by hardworking taxpayers should not be used to help fund sanctuary cities. We'll have further updates on how that list will come out and when it will come out.
Under a recent court ruling, cities have only until tomorrow to tell the federal government they're in compliance with these new rules or forfeit the money.
We filed before the deadline, so we believe we'll get direction from the federal court so we don't lose that money going forward.
And currently, the city of Providence is eligible for roughly $212,000. It's about $28,000 for Central Falls. Coming up new at 6, we'll tell you the status of a separate state lawsuit on this same issue. Reporting live in studio, I'm Kim Kalunian, Eyewitness News.
Tonight, Rhode Island's largest city and its smallest taking the federal government to court.
Providence and Central Falls say they're at risk of losing thousands of dollars in crucial grant money for their police departments over new immigration-related rules from the Trump administration.
Eyewitness News reporter Kim Kalunian heard from the city's leaders today. She joins us now with the new details. Kim?
Well, Shannon and Steve, there are several new mandates, including a requirement that cities notify the federal government if an undocumented immigrant is being released from custody. And today, the mayors say the choice between their values and this crucial federal funding is not one they're willing to make.
Welcoming city.
Providence and Central Falls filing a federal lawsuit against U.S. Attorney General Jeff Sessions and the Department of Justice.
What the Department of Justice is asking us to do is not justice. It goes against everything that we stand for as a city.
The suit seeks relief from new immigration-related mandates for recipients of federal police grants, saying the rules put the cities in an untenable position, accept unlawful and unconstitutional conditions, or forfeit burn JAG funding.
This attempt by the federal government to target undocumented immigrants hurts local law enforcement's ability to gather witnesses and investigate more serious crimes.
Under a recent court ruling, cities only have until tomorrow to tell the federal government they're in compliance with these new rules or forfeit the money.
We filed before the deadline, so we believe we'll get direction from the federal court so we don't lose that money going forward.
And the state of Rhode Island has filed a separate lawsuit on this matter. And just today, the Attorney General's office and the Department of Justice entered into an agreement to hold the roughly $800,000 for the state pending the outcome of that lawsuit despite tomorrow's deadline. Meanwhile, the cities say their suit will be heard by a judge tomorrow afternoon. Live in studio, I'm Kim Kalunian, Eyewitness News.